Mission accomplished! The crown has been reclaimed! 3 times! 3 times!
Kita pa para
Inanılmaz maç! İnanılmaz! Wow!
What's up, guys? Trex here once again for another video for yours truly. Now, with M4 right around the corner and with me going to cast an M4 soon, you know we gotta do some M4 content. And if you guys were in the live stream, you saw that we watched the group draw, and ever since then I've been wanting to do group predictions. We're not going to do every single group in one video. Today we're just going to be talking about Group A. Now in Group A, there's 4 teams as there are in each other group. And if you don't know how those groups came out, maybe you missed it, maybe you live under a rock, who knows, I'm here to help you out. And the 4 teams that are in Group A, it is a banger, of course. We got Falcon Esports, the possible dark horses that everyone has their eyes on right now, coming from Myanmar. We have Incendio Supremacy coming from Turkey. Not a whole lot of information, but I was able to dig some up. We also have Burn X Flash, the winners of Cambodia Autumn Season, and of course the one, the only M3 World Championships, 3-time MPL, Philippines Championships, Blacklist International, returning with their full roster, trying to reclaim the M World Series crown. Now, I think a lot of us are excited for this group, the main reason being the Falcon versus Blacklist game, but let's not get too deep into it because we're going to break it down as we go. Now let's switch over so I can show you guys how we got this set up. Now, I set up a whole mock bracket as I normally do whenever I do predictions, and we have several different groups. We'll be going over all of these groups. You can't see them right now because I have it super zoomed in, but you can see Group B at least. But we have several different groups. And we're just going to go over the games and call it how we see it. Now, up front, we have Falcon versus Incendio. Now, as I stated, Falcon is a team that a lot of people think have a possibility to take this all. Myanmar was not able to be in the M3 World Championships due to some things going on with their country. But in M2, we had Burmese Ghouls, which just kind of shook the world, right? So I think a lot of people expect Falcon to possibly do that. We know that Myanmar is a pretty strong country. Falcon Esports did amazing in MSC. I mean, just an all-round strong, disciplined. They have early game, they have mid game, but the major thing about Falcon Esports, honestly, is their map control. Their ability to put pressure on the map and make sure that they are leading the tempo of the map. And when we talk about Incendio, the research I have done, the information I have been able to get, they're a bit more of a reactionary team. They've kind of won where they're at, counting on the mistakes of their enemies. And don't get me wrong, I think anyone who gets to the world stage is an amazing team, but I just don't know if they're going to be able to bring the smoke to Falcon, because at this stage, you cannot play like any of these teams are going to make mistakes. That's not something you can wait for. And if you are a bit more passive in the early game, a team like Falcon is going to take advantage of that. They're going to get in your face, in your jungle, in your lane, and it's going to be very, very hard to keep up with. So for game 1, Falcon versus Incendio, first prediction, I got to give it over to the side of Falcon. And I honestly believe this could be a pretty hard sweep right here. Game 2, Burn X Flash against Blacklist. Now, Blacklist is pretty self-explanatory. I think everybody knows them. Everybody loves them. We got the big storyline going here. Can they be the first team to ever get back-to-back World Series? And not only like the team itself, the company of Blacklist International itself, but these players. It's the whole full roster coming back 2 years in a row now. I mean, that's pretty insane when you think about it, right? But I just don't know if they're gonna. That's pretty insane when you think about it, right? Now, Burn X Flash, on the other hand, Cambodia, I feel like there's a lot of mixed things about this team. A lot of people are saying they're going to do great. A lot of people are kind of up in the air about it. So I think this group stage could really set the tempo of how they do throughout the tournament, and hopefully they at least get, a win here at some point. I don't think they're going to be able to get it against Blacklist. I think Blacklist has been known to kind of be, in the past, you know, that rubber band in the mid to late game. But when they need to, they can definitely bring some heavy early game pressure. And I think a team like Burn Flash, which from what I've seen, they kind of rely on their gold lane a lot to carry them through mid. I just feel like Blacklist, especially in the group stage, should be able to tear through that. So I'm going to give this game over to the side of Blacklist. Now, here's the big one, right? Here's the big game that everyone's waiting for, that all of us are waiting for. Falcon versus Blacklist International. This is going to be huge. I think this is going to give us an idea of where Falcon really stands in this event, how they play here. I don't think, but it doesn't, I hate to say this, but I don't think whether Blacklist wins or loses here, it gives us an idea of how they're going to stand, because we've seen Blacklist lose in upper brackets. We've seen Blacklist have rough starts in tournaments and come back and take the whole thing. It's pretty normal for them. But in my opinion, I feel like if Falcon gets completely stomped here, I will no longer have my eyes on them as like that dark horse team. If Blacklist gets stomped here, I still will be like, that's whatever. Just like everybody, it's Blacklist, man, you know? But honestly, this is going to be my spicy pick of this bracket. I have a feeling that Falcon catches Blacklist off guard and they take the win here. It may not be easy, but I think Falcon, especially since it's a best of one, I think Blacklist could, as we get into the bracket and maybe we make more predictions in the future, I do think Blacklist can come out on top of Falcon. A little worried about them because of IESF losing to EVOS and then MPLI losing to GeekFam, but I do think they'll get it together before M4 comes. So I do think Falcon may just end up taking this game. That's going to kind of be my spicy pick of Group A. After that, we have Incendio up against Burn X Flash. Now, I think now we're getting kind of even here, but still, from the information I have on Incendio, I just feel like Burn X Flash will possibly take this. I think Burn X Flash can possibly take the game against Falcons future on, but I do got to give this one to Burn X Flash. Incendio not going to be able to take the dub here. At this point, Incendio's looking at a spot in the lower bracket. After this, Burn X Flash versus Falcon. Now, I know I put Falcon above Blacklist in their game, but that doesn't mean that Falcon is, in my opinion, just going to sweep through this whole group. I think they could possibly take the loss here, but if I just take it from a best of one perspective, I got to give it to Falcon here. I feel like it's the safe bet. I think teams like Burn and Incendio may have trouble dealing with their pressure and map control. Blacklist, on the other hand, they're Blacklist, man. I think they kind of do the same thing that Falcon does. They're good at putting on pressure, so they'll be able to answer that back. I'm wondering if Burn X Flash and Incendio will be able to keep up. So we're going to give it to Falcon here. After that, last game, Incendio versus Blacklist. I think it's a pretty easy call. I don't really have to get too in depth with it, sadly. Incendio takes another loss here. I feel like Blacklist takes the win. And that is it. Now, looking at the standings, this is the worst part about doing this. Is one team, Incendio, I have to put them at 0-3. And if they get a win, like, let me make something clear. If I'm wrong about this, I'm cool with it. Totally okay with it. I hope Incendio gets a win. I hope it's freaking ties all around. I hope all these games go to 30 minutes and everybody is just sweating by the end of it, and you never know who's coming out on top. But from just the numbers and my ideas of how things are going to go, which again, they're my opinion, my ideas, this is my prediction. It's an idea. It's not fact. I'm not hating on anybody. I just feel like Falcon and Blacklist are probably going to come out on top of this. Falcon, we did give them the 3-0 here. Blacklist with 2-1. Going to be moving into the second ranked spot on the knockout stage, and then Burn X Flash and Incendio. Incendio and Burn X Flash will go down to the bottom bracket, which is going to be a tough spot for Incendio, depending on who they go up against, right? But that is it for my Group A prediction. If you guys have any questions or you disagree with me, maybe you agree, whatever, leave a comment. Let me know if you think my predictions were perfect. Let me know if you think they were horrible. I don't care. We'll just talk it out. No biggie. Hopefully I see you guys maybe in the next stream. If you haven't already, make sure you like, hit the subscribe button. I really do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys in the next video.